How did economic factors affect the development of free labor? Free labor is the ideology that a person can begin a career as an apprentice or employee and work their way up to becoming an independent artisan or entrepreneur. The first economic factor that contributed to the development of free labor in America was the English desire for land and wealth. Many people in England wanted to begin a new lifestyle and obtain some property of their own, so they ventured across the sea to do so. America held the promise of a more independent and self-sustained lifestyle, especially in the northern colonies. The idea of starting their own business or working on their own farm appealed to many Englishmen. The English desire for settling America reached a peak in the 1620s and 1640s in a period of time known as the Great Migration, when 20,000 settlers traveled from England to the Massachusetts Bay Colony. This spike in migration is not only due to the desire for free labor in America, but also the masses fleeing the dangers of the English Civil War. The influx of new citizens gave rise to the 13 colonies as well as two distinct labor systems which emerged in the North and South: free labor in the North and slavery in the South. Once the colonies were more settled in farming their own cash crops, a demand for labor increased. This led to the colonies looking into indentured servitude, the second economic factor, for a source of cheap labor. Indentured servants sold their labor for a certain number of years in exchange for passage to America and their freedom dues. Eventually, when they finished their service terms, the indentured servants would be given their own plot of land and could own their own farms, thus making them free laborers. However, few former indentured servants remained in the South to farm because there was hardly any land left for them after the headright system emerged. The northern colonies' number of free laborers was much larger than that of the South. Southern life revolved around the plantation, which was dominated by slave labor. Up north, however, the number of cities which existed fed the growing urban professional class of free laborers. It can also be noted that since New England's economy emphasized trade and commerce rather than agriculture, free laborers and enterprises did well in this region. Overall, free labor flourished in the North because there the economy was focused on free labor and supported ventures rather than slavery in the South. Another factor that contributed to free labor was indentured servitude. This led to a handful of free laborers in the Chesapeake colonies. Free laborers moved to America in hope of starting a new life full of opportunity and promise, which they found mainly in the northern colonies.